They are playing the Brazilian national team, the Indiana Fever, making their way to Iowa to take on the Brazilians. And guess what? It's sold out in 42 minutes. Tickets going on sale, and we're going to have a packed house. And it didn't take very long for us to realize that. 15,000 plus seats sold out in 42 minutes.
WNBA players are upset as Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever sold out a preseason game against Brazil. Some veteran players who first thought it was just hype were surprised when they checked Ticketmaster and saw the arena was full. The jealousy is obvious, and the critics are frustrated.
Fever are playing in Iowa, and the game sold out in literally, it didn't matter how long it took to sell out, you couldn't even get in. If you were there, you probably didn't get a ticket. I would say there were 15,000 tickets. Obviously, I think Iowa season ticket holders got first dibs, which is right if they did. And then you're looking at a situation where basically no Fever fans got them. It's a preseason game. This is a preseason game, and it's sold out in about 10 seconds.
WNBA players are upset as Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever sold out a preseason game against Brazil. Some veteran players who first dismissed it as hype were shocked when they saw the sold-out arena on Ticketmaster. The jealousy is clear, and the critics are struggling to accept it.
Treat myself, man. Yeah, no, I'm going alone. I'm not going to take anybody with me. If you want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanding $19.
To put things into perspective, Caitlin Clark and the Fever played a real WNBA team, and tickets sold out instantly. Meanwhile, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky played a lesser-known team, but their ticket sales were more like a failed Kickstarter campaign.
Is the Caitlin Clark effect. And you know that the home faithful back in Iowa are going to be pumped up to see her back in the state where she made her name. 42 minutes. That's like back in the day when Rolling Stones tickets would go on sale. You try to go on Ticketmaster, they're gone. Taylor Swift is Swifty territory when you're selling out in 42.
The best part is the huge price difference. For Caitlin Clark's game, you better have your credit card ready because resale prices are skyrocketing like California rent. Meanwhile, Chicago Sky tickets are so cheap that $20 and a dream could get you courtside next to the mascot. Despite Angel Reese and her team constantly promoting themselves, Caitlin Clark barely says a word and still sells out arenas with ease.
I ran across the Chicago Sky versus Brazil women's expedition game before the season, right? And these tickets are starting at $28 to get in, which is crazy to me. $28 to get in. That is wild. This is an expedition game, and you're telling me it's going to cost $28 for me to get in? I mean, I could get in 31, 38. I mean, all over. I mean, a lot of these tickets are crazy. But I'm just like, it's not even about the price for me. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm comparing the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky because they said that it was like me too. Like, you guys are watching women's basketball because...
Let's be honest, this isn't just a one-time fluke. Indiana Fever games are the hottest ticket in the league, while Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky struggle to fill seats. It speaks volumes when fans would rather watch elite basketball than listen to empty slogans and media-trained soundbites. Even Aya Wilson, who acts like she invented basketball, has tried to downplay Caitlin Clark's impact, but the numbers don't lie. The Fever are selling tickets like the Beatles in 1964, while Wilson's Aces are running 2-for-1 deals like a fast food drive-thru. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and the stats prove it.
I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game, where the Indiana Fever are going to play the Brazilian national team at Cover Hawkeye Arena, Caitlin's college.
NBA players thought they were immune to the Caitlin Clark effect. They saw ticket sales skyrocket and brushed it off as a fluke until reality hit like a brick wall. And it's not just Angel Reese getting humbled. Aya Wilson is feeling the pressure too. Reese confidently claimed she was the reason fans were watching, building up expectations of sold-out games. But ticket sales told a different story. The Chicago Sky hoped to cash in on Reese's popularity, but instead, they got empty seats and discounted tickets, some cheaper than a McDonald's combo meal. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has fans willing to pay top dollar just to be in the building.
Supposed to go on sale Friday morning, but they're sold out. So I really don't know what they're going to do about this. I guess it's just kind of like one of those missed opportunities. And, you know, a lot of people are saying they need to move this to a stadium because there's no doubt in Iowa, if you move this to a stadium, it would be.
Then there's Aya Wilson. She truly believed she was above the criticism. As the WNBA's longtime golden child, a two-time MVP and a champion, she was considered the face of the league. But now, ticket prices for Aces games are dropping faster than Angel Reese's three-point percentage. Meanwhile, every time Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the arena turns into a Super Bowl atmosphere. WNBA players insist the league's newfound financial success is a collective effort, but the numbers don't lie. Last year, tickets were dirt cheap, and resellers weren't making a dime. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, and suddenly, ticket prices skyrocketed. It's clear who's really bringing in the crowds.
You gotta come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanding $19. And listen, man. If you really want to get jazzy, I mean, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, if you want to wear your meat.
They don't want to admit it. Instead, they convince themselves that fans are suddenly recognizing their greatness. Meanwhile, teams are scrambling to schedule home games against the Indiana Fever, knowing Caitlin Clark is the real ticket seller. Angel Reese and Aya Wilson are learning this the hard way. While they buy into their own hype, Clark keeps selling out arenas, while their games are practically offering buy one, get 5 free deals. The truth is simple, money talks, and right now it's saying Caitlin Clark is the only one moving the needle.